If you are doing these things, stop them. You may be damaging your sense of smell every single day without knowing it. This diagram shows the structural complexity of the human nasal cavity, a system created to process millions of distinct odours instantly. The olfactory bulb is physically wired into brain centres responsible for memory and emotion, triggering instant recollections or alerting us to invisible airborne toxins. Despite the precise way this organ was created to function, many of us are now experiencing a sharp, invisible decline in our olfactory health. This sensory degradation usually begins within our modern indoor environments. One primary cause is chronic daily exposure to synthetic aerosols and artificial room sprays. Another major factor is the air itself. We spend the majority of our time breathing climate-controlled, excessively dry indoor air. This is compounded by a habit of olfactory neglect, where we routinely ignore complex natural scents in favour of flat artificial odours. Over time, these conditions override the nose's natural requirements, leading to a cumulative and permanent blunting of our senses. To understand how these habits cause damage, we have to look at the microscopic cellular level of the nasal cavity. This diagram shows the mucosal lining, a precisely designed moist barrier that protects your olfactory receptors. When we breathe dry air or synthetic chemicals, we are actively stripping away this protective layer. Without that moisture, the delicate nerve endings are left exposed. They shrivel and become physically unable to capture passing odour molecules, which simply deflect away instead of being processed. Because these receptors were created to operate in a moist environment, they begin to wither when that moisture is removed. Animals in the wild provide a clear example of how this system is maintained in its intended state. Their innate behaviours provide a functional model for preserving sensory health. Canines, for instance, instinctively seek out damp environments and routinely lick their noses to maintain vital surface humidity. This moisture serves a specific purpose. It acts as a molecular trap, binding to scent particles in the air so the receptors can identify them. Similarly, foraging animals often pause to pass and decipher complex, overlapping natural scents, which keeps their neural pathways active. By maintaining surface moisture and constantly challenging their neural pathways, these animals keep their senses sharp, traits that the human nose also requires. We can apply these same biological principles to our own daily routines. You can address the issue of dry air by using humidifiers in your home and office, and by removing synthetic sprays that further dry out the nasal lining. This layout shows the direct translation of these habits. Just as the canine maintains moisture, we can use humidifiers. And just as the forager passes complex scents, we can practice active training with natural essential oils to re-engage our olfactory nerves. Following these steps helps repair the blunted receptors and allows the system to return to its baseline sensitivity. Restoring this sense is about more than just appreciating aromas. Because the olfactory system is physically linked to the brain's internal monitoring centres, its health affects the entire body. As the diagram shows, a functioning olfactory system sends signals that help regulate appetite and digestion. Because of its physical proximity to the limbic system, it also plays a role in emotional regulation and cognitive health. Stop the hidden mistakes that damage the system. By adopting the habits used in the natural world, you can begin to restore your sense of smell today. Protecting your olfactory health is a vital part of maintaining the overall integrity of the human body's design. Subscribe to the channel for more ways to protect your health. And don't forget to turn notifications on. It's free and it only takes a second, and by subscribing helps us to create more content like this one. Thanks for watching.